We are live here at the foot of Turkey Cog Mountain. We are live. This is American Times Publishing in the world headquarters of the Dixieline Connection. It is November 8th at 6:32 p.m. It is auction time. Auction time tonight, boys and girls. We are live. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, baby. Take your shoes off. Come on in, baby. Kick your shoes off. Come on in, shake your blues off. Come on in and kick off your shoes. Keith D, what's going on, man? What's happening? What's happening? Y'all hit that like button. Lefty, what's going on, man? Oh, excellent, Lefty. What's going on, Sporting Dog? David, what's happening? William and Dana. What do you say, William? What do you say, Dana? Lefty. What's going on, man? I'm glad you got your book today. Sporting Dog got him a job. Woo, woo, woo. What's going on with y'all tonight? Hit that like button. Well, I got the room cleared out. Yeah, man. Went to the doctor today. Damn, man. Damn, Sean, that chick from Georgia looks good. Yeah, the chick from Georgia is looking good, man. You bring her down to the house. What's up, Mike Dan? She looks awful sporty. Ah, man, I know what you mean about a long day. I've been rolling all day long, man. I've been rolling since I got up this morning. I got to roll all day tomorrow. Rolling, man. Mike Dan, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? What's happening? Mexican and Russian. Well, she looked wild, man. I like that. I like wild. Wild is good. Y'all check this out. Wild. Oh, yeah. Wild one. Been watching Match Reports and Robert Lamb. Hey, Dana. I knew Robert Lamb very, very well. I knew Robert Lamb very, very well. Never seen him condition a dog. Arrowhead, what's going on, man? In the 15 years I knew Robert Lamb, I knew, and the one big one that he worked a dog was Oso Negro into it was Oso Negro into what was the dog's name, man? It was one of those half staffs from Stinson. God, I can't remember the dog's name, but he conditioned that dog and bet his house on it and lost. So when you watch Lamb, just remember when you get confused, he was confused. He was very confused when it come to conditioning a dog. Now, I like his work method. I like how he worked the dog as far as the meal work, but everything else, bullshit, man. What do you say, John? He didn't know how to feed a dog, and he didn't know how to finish a dog. He couldn't finish a dog to save his life, man. Like peek one out. He couldn't do it, man. Still working on it, man. Waiting for him to get in touch with me. I've tried to get in touch with him and do it. I'd like to get that done. Yeah, I'd like to get that Coy interview done, man. If any of y'all can help me get it done, that'd be great. He's real active on Facebook. Y'all don't forget the dog show coming up. Rack City. Y'all don't forget the dog show coming up. Coming up here real quick. It's the 27th and 28th in at the Possum Palace down there in Florida. You never know who's going to show up. Oh man, he made the best treadmill in the world. He made the best treadmill that was ever made, man. Like I said, he knew how to work a dog. He knew how to run a dog. He could run the fuck out of a dog now. All right. Oh, Sean going to be there. Who else is going? Who else going to be there? Oh, man, that's going to be fun. Camping out. Party with everybody on Saturday night, Friday night. Shit, man. Can't ask for a better time than partying and camping out. Shoot. Be a good time. Good time. All righty. Well, tonight we're going to have auction. Yay, auction night, man. Y'all hit that like button. I got 21 people in here and 12 likes. That's like the exact reverse. Hit that like button. What's wrong with you? Yeah, hit the like. Likey. Just got over fleas. You had fleas? How the hell did you get fleas, man? My man, Big John. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Y'all hit that like button and hit that super chat. All right. Volume 4. Man, you know the one I call the sheriff issue. This one here got a whole lot about Norman Hooton in it. That's why it's the color silver. Starts off with his oath. You know? Starts off with his oath. But Big Brother will never own my soul, and I will die a bulldog man and proud of it. Norman H. Hooton. Yeah. Gonorrhea. All right. What's the opening bid on Volume 4? Volume 4. I got opening bid. Volume 4. Y'all go ahead and bid on it. Just bid whatever you want. Man, you can bid $5. This book is open for auction. Open for auction. Damn phone book. Your price includes shipping, except if you're overseas. If you're overseas, you got to pay the shipping. Bid. You got 22 people in the room. Remember now, the whole set's available. Oh, yep, I already got it. I got it, Sean. I got $100 bid. 100. We got $100 bid. Bid. And that'll come with a signed picture of Stomper. I'm going to put a picture of Stomper with it. Hey, Jay's in there with 125. All right, we run this auction until I don't know, 6 or until 7 o'clock. Yeah. I already got it, man. Hey, you're going to get that picture too. That's going to come with it. And it's signed on the back. And I'm going to put that in the book. So you get the book and the picture delivered. Boom, boom, boom. All righty. Bid, 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 bid. I got a $125 bid. Bid, 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 bid. Prepping dog food. Nice, man. Nice. Oh, yeah, man. I like that Sporting Dog Farms channel. I sit there and just turn it on and let it play. Old John Wilkins at 130, 130. Bid, 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 bid. You got 18 people in here. Remember now, the whole set's available. So, you're not going to just buy the one book. The whole set's going to be auctioned off. You'll be able to get them all. So I'm just doing 4 because I did 1, 2, and 3 last time. Oh, bid, 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 bid. 130 is the bid. 130 is the bid with John Wilkins in there with a $130 bid. Hit that again, Jay. I tell you what, man, there's some good stuff in here. Look at that. I opened it up. Look at that, John. I opened it up to that picture of Randy Goodman and let's see here. It's Randy Goodman and Joe O'Day. Randy Goodman and Joe O'Day together. Yeah, this is back when we put the letters in here. It has the complete magazines. It's got all the magazines. Here's letters from Lou Colby. Handwritten letters from Lou Colby with his pit card. Yeah. There's an old picture of Lou. It's good stuff, man. Crappy King. Well, why weren't you using Ivomet, Crappy King? Jay with 135. Jay with 135. Bing, bing, bing. All righty. Woo, woo. That's what I'm talking about. Nice, nice. Appreciate it, Jay. Appreciate it, Jay. That's tough, man. Nice, nice. Yeah, y'all, you're missing out when you don't get these books. They chronicle the history of the breed. They got stories on all these great dogs, man. Bulldog Heavens, champion Cannonball Red. Cannonball Red was the undisputed king of the pit at 36, 37-pound male class. Cannonball was triumphant over 3 grand champion bred dogs in a very short order in his reign from 1984 to 1985. He was a cover dog of the Sporting Dog Journal for May-June 1985. He was sired by Bulldog Heavens Geronimo out of Williams champion Misty. Geronimo won Best of Show at the Southern Winter Convention in 1982 with a time of 20 minutes. Misty won all 3 over top competition in a total time of 47 minutes. Cannonball was a red dog like his sire and the highest quality male dog I've ever seen. Cannonball was inbred off of Baker Davis's Cowboy and Shivo blood, with both barrels loaded and crossed into Hyde's Satchmo Bully. Champion Cannonball Red played like his sire and dam. They played the game to win. Bulldog Heavens pit stop. There's a picture of him. Yeah, man. Yeah, you should have been using it. Yeah, you should have been using Ivomec. Well, you'll learn. Poor little puppy. Poor dog. That's a painful death, man. Where do you live at, Crappy King, to get heartworms like that? Are you down south? Were you Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi? Where are you at, man? North Carolina? You got to be somewhere wet. You sure ain't out west. Unless somebody sold you a dog with heartworms. Bid, 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 bid. Bid, 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 bid. Volume 4. Yeah, wet, wet, wet. Super wet. Mosquito land down there, man. Mosquito land down there. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of mosquitoes down there. Hey, Crockett, ain't it time for a bong hit? It's about time for a bong hit, ain't it, Crockett? Yeah, no, it's perfect, man. I like my camera quality. It's just perfect. That way, when you see me in real life, it's that way when you see me in real life, I look great, man. Oh yeah. All righty, we got a 135 bid, 135 bid, 135 bid, bid. There you go. All righty, we got a 135 bid on the book. Oh man, me too. I took 2 bong hits. Oh, I'm in there, man. I'm in the 2-for-1 club. That's right. Don't do it, Lefty. Just stop. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Lefty. And bid, man, bid. Bid on book 4. Bid on book 4. We got a bid, baby. Bid. 135 is the bid. 135 is the bid. It's the bid. We got 2 minutes to go. Yabba dabba doo. Hey, past history. We got Volume 4 of the AGDT series. We're auctioning it off. Volume 4. Volume 4. 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135. 135, 135, 135, 135, 135. Bolero! Woo, woo, woo! Bobo. Oh, Bobo. Bolero! Woo! All righty, man. It's 7 o'clock. I got 135 going once. I got 135 going once. 135, 135, 135 going once. 135 going twice. 135 going twice. 135 going twice. 135 going twice. I'm going to sell it and take my little traditional drink. I'm going to sell it. $140. Todd Green at $140. Ah, I see it. I see it. Todd Green at $140. Todd Green at $140. $140. Todd Green. $140. $140. Todd Green at $140. We got a new bidder. New bidder at 7 o'clock. Nice, nice. That's what I'm talking about. Popcorn Sutton in the room. Popcorn Sutton in the room. Todd Green in with $140. All righty. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it at $140. Yeah, I'm going to sell it. Going once at $140. 140, 140, 140, 140. Do I hear 145? Do I hear 145? Do I hear 145? 145, 145, 145, 145. 145 going once. Oh no, you can't outbid yourself, brother. No, you can't outbid yourself. You at 140. 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140. 140 going twice. Oh, we're bidding on Volume 4. We're bidding on Volume 4 of the AGDT series. Volume 4 of the AGDT series. Jay in at 160. Jay hitting it at $160. $160, 160, 160, 160, 160. Jay at 160, 160, 160, 160. Man, oh man. Bid. I'm gonna sell it. It's well past 7 o'clock. I'm gonna sell it. You guys are banging it around. You're banging it around. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. We appreciate that thing. So $160 going once. $160, $160, $160, $160 going twice. 165 from Todd Green. 165 from Todd Green going once. 165 going twice. 165. 165, 165, 165, 165, 165, 165, 165 going twice. Hardy Dogs. Brandon Blue, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, Brandon Blue? 165, 165. 165 going twice. 165 going twice. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it at 165. I'm going to sell it. $75. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. It is a battle royal. Jay, man, it's just, oh my God, Jay, man, I mean, just, woo, wow, woo, man, I mean, just, ooh, man, that was good. Jay, strong, baby, strong. What's going on, Hardy Dog? Oh, man, Jimmy Lee with $200. Jimmy Lee come in with a 200. Jimmy Lee come in like Mr. Fat Bill. Jimmy Lee. Oh, shit. Jimmy Lee in the house. Jimmy Lee don't fuck around. Jimmy Lee all business, man. 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. I got a $200 bid from Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee got a $200 bid from Jimmy Lee. Hold on a minute. Let me put him up in lights. Let me go over here. Jimmy Lee. $200 bid. 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. You demand, Jimmy Lee. You demand. Oh, don't worry. Whoever wins this is going to get took good care of. No. $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, going once. $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, $200, going twice. I'm going to sell it. Bid, baby, bid. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell that book. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it to Jimmy Lee for $200. Let me take my little traditional drink. Going twice. $200. I'm going to sell it. Jimmy Lee come in here, walked in and took over the room, baby. Walked in and took over the room. Come in here and took it over now. Oh, man. Look who's here. Look who come up here to see him. Pucky right here. Pucky right here. He wants a treat. And it is sold. Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee wins. Jimmy Lee, Jimmy Lee, woo, woo. My man, Jimmy Lee, the winner. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it, man. All right. Man, oh man. Oh man. Hang on a second, Jimmy Lee. Hold on. I got something extra for you. Jimmy Lee. Look, man. I'm going to include with that an original Agdt magazine. An original Agdt magazine, man. This is an original. This one is dated October 1997 with your book. That's got the BFKC ad on the back. It's got a picture of me and Carl Mims and Matt on the front. Floyd Boudreau right here. Right there is Floyd Boudreau. But I'm going to send you that with your book. And Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Jimmy Lee. My man. Strong, strong supporter of the Fat Army. Strong supporter. Oh, man, thank you. And I'll sign it all up and everything and hook it all up, and it'll be nice, man. I'll send you a nice little package. All right. Man, oh, man, we just getting started. We're just getting started. Because look what I got. Woo, I got volume 5. Yeah, man. Volume 5, baby. Volume 5. Look at that. Ooh, Lord child. You know what kind of reading's in there? Ooh, look at that. Tance Redbone versus Cedar Brooks Nutty Buddy, males at 56 pounds. Referee, Mr. Burns. Tance Redbone is a red nose, all red boy and Jocko. Triple bred off Tance Grand Champion Yellow, and it's Redbone's first time out. Cedar Brooks Nutty Buddy is a Hemphill and Heinzel cross, and his last time out, he beat a 3-time winner from Raging Bull named STJ Champion Bud in an hour and 45 minutes. The action is the first 15 minutes, Nutty Buddy holds Red Nose out. Then Red Nose drives to the back end, does his work for the next 15 minutes. Redbone is rough, and Nutty Buddy can't stand anymore as he turns and a handle is made with Nutty Buddy quitting in 30 minutes. Winner, Redbone. Woo! Lord almighty. Somebody had a bad day. Tisk, tisk. Oh, Jimmy Lee, that's great, man. I appreciate it, brother. God bless you, man. I love Cash App. Cash App's my favorite. Bid, baby. Oh, man, I can turn to any page. Look at this. Man. Vet Tech by Trail Driver. In this issue, I'll try to finish up with my canine puppy vaccines and diseases themselves. And he just goes into everything, man. All the stuff about canine leprosy, whatever, canine respiratory disease, Bordetella. I mean, all of it. Old family red noses. Wise words from Robert Lamb, the mill maker. I mean, man, it's just, if you're into reading about bulldogs and you haven't read this stuff, I mean, I've read it all. I wrote most of it. And it amazes me when I sit down and read it. Boom. I like this one, man. I did it in Harley Orange. You know, that orange color? You might not be able to see it so well on here because of my shitty camera. But it's like a bright orange, man. So, yeah. This one here, man, the lead story on it, it's got that Dog Pounds Champion K and Dog Pounds Big Ignorant. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah. They weren't that bad. Paris, what's going on, man? All right, so what's my opening bid on volume 5? Bid. Did somebody make a bid and I missed it? Bid. There's 28 people in here. And I know 28 people don't have a set of these books. So bid away, baby, bid away. And remember, I got the whole set. So you go get them all. You can get them all. I mean, if you're in a hurry to get them, you can call me up and make a deal. I'm not going to beat you up. I mean, I don't really like to sell them that way, but I will if you're in a big hurry to get the whole set. You win one at auction, and you want the other 5. Call me up. We work something out. Or just keep winning them at auction, because I'm gonna keep putting them up. I got $100 bid. 125. John, you can't bid against yourself, John. You got $100 bid. Skywatcher, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? CWK. Man, these books are full of conditioning. These books have got all kinds of keeps in them. Where you been, Skywatcher? Bid. Volume 5. I got $100 bid. I'm going to get 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105. Volume 5. I'm going to put it down. And AST. What's that mean? Man, that's good. Been busy. That's good. That's volume 5 of the AGDT series. What's up, Jacob? Volume 5. Got $100 bid, $100 bid. That includes shipping. That includes first class shipping anywhere in the U.S. If you're overseas, you got to pay the shipping, but it's only like $20, $30, something like that. Skywatcher, it's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you. Hang on a second here. Yeah. Pull this picture. Jay Watts, what's going on, man? All right, we'll run this auction till 7:30. I got $100 bid. $100 bid. See if I got it cataloged. No, I'm looking for it. Where's that picture? I got a picture of Skywatcher I want to put up. I can't find it. Should have labeled it. There it is. Got it. I got the picture, Skywatcher. Hang on a second. I found it. I knew I had it. Here you go. Y'all check Skywatcher out. I got his picture. In Bakersfield, California for tonight. Check my man out. That's what I'm talking about right there. Skywatcher. My man. Hemi James, what's happening, buddy? What's going on? All right, I got Volume 5. Man, there's 25 people in here. Volume 5 of the Agdt series. Hang on a second. Volume 5 of the Agdt series. Volume 5. You get the, oh, forbid, man. It's got 3 minutes left to go. Check out old Skywatcher and his Dixieline Connection gear. All geared up, baby. Ready for action.
All righty now. The bid's $100. $100. Bid, 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 bid. 100, 105, make it 105. Make it 105. 105 on volume 5. 105 on volume 5. Volume 5. Bid, 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 bid. I got $100. $100. $100. $100. Make it 105. Make it 105. Make it 105. Bid, 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 bid. Got 1 minute to go. Oh, there we go. Paris Jackson with $140. Bid, 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 bid. There you go. Not my man. My man. I'm going to throw in a picture of Stomper. And I got this picture, man. It's got Boone, me, and Bakary in it. And I'm going to sign it, right? And I put their names on it. And then this other one here, right? This got Stomper on it. And I'm going to sign it. And I put his name on there. But this picture's cool, man. I know my camera sucks and all that shit, but you get the gist of it. Check it out. That's me and Boone and Bakary at my house in McLeansville. That's pretty sweet, man. And then that's Stomper. You get that one. And put both them in there with it, with the book, man. And I'm going to sell it. 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140 going once. 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140, 140 going twice. I'm going to sell it. That's my tribute to my friend Daryl Jacobs when I take that drink. One of the greatest auctioneers you ever met. And he knows how to sell some stuff now. I mean, that dude could sell some stuff. Lord, man. I'm telling you. But anyhow, all right. So that's volume 5, $140 to Paris. Because it's sold, baby. It's sold. All right. Now, we got the mother load. We got the mother load. Paris.
Paris. Woo! Paris. My man Paris. Man. That was sweet right there. That's that shit supports the channel, man. You know? I sell these books, man, make a little money. You get something that you can't buy anywhere else. All right. Well, let me tell you something about Paris. Paris is an avid supporter of this channel. Has been from the very jump. So that wasn't just a first time move there for Paris, man. Paris been down with the program since the jump, man. So Paris, a good dude, man. Have you gone to see Paris yet, or had him out there? He don't live far from you, Sean. How far does he live from you? I bet he don't live 30 miles from you. I know Jacksonville's big, but it ain't that damn big. Well, it's the truth, man. I mean, hell. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. So, thank you, man. Thank you. All righty. Yeah, man. That's the mother load right there. That book right there, Volume 5. That's, man, we were rocking when we put these last two books, 5 and 6. Man, I was wide the fuck open. I mean, I had my foot all the way down on the gas. And I was matching dogs and putting out the magazine. Wide open, man. Wide open. And in book 6, I get busted. I mean, you get to like watch me get busted and shit, and I write about it and all that stuff. And, it's pretty wild, man. But book 6, man, is over 600 pages long. Look at that monster. Looks like a New York phone book, man. No, not that big, but I think it weighs 8 pounds or something. I mean, it's a beast, man. Perfect bound. The binding costs more than the damn book. Do you know that? You know it costs more to bind this book than it does to print this book? The fucking binding's a pain in the ass, man. If y'all get these books electronic, man, I could sell you the whole set for fucking $40. Yeah. The binding is a bitch. All right. Now, this volume 6 here. I think what to put with it. Guess I'll just run it by itself. Yeah, I'm just going to run it by itself, man. It's a hell of a book. I'm just going to run it by itself. All righty then. Volume 6. The Monster, man. The book just got everything. Like, if you're just going to buy one, there you go. You can see how green it is. Am I locked up? Okay. All righty, I got $100 opening bid. $100 opening bid, baby bid. Lefty in there with 150. Lefty in there with 150 for volume 6. Let me put some pictures in there with that. I'm gonna put one of these stomper pictures in there, and let's see what else I got. Oh, I'm gonna put one of these 2 eyes pictures in here. I got this cool picture, man. It's like remember the movie Cool Hand Luke? Well, that's my Cool Hand Luke pose. I got old 2 eyes down there. Check it out. And then that one. And I'll mark these up, man. Let's see here. Bills. 2 eyes. That's stud. There you go. I'll put them 2 pictures with the book. We'll run this till this is the last auction of the night, man. Just for shits and giggles, we'll run this till 8 o'clock. Even though I know Lefty's gonna win. If Lefty don't feel like hanging out till 8 o'clock, we'll run it till ever he wants to. Because that's a good bid. That's a strong bid. That's you know. That's what they should sell for. $1.50. You know. Made Famous, what's going on, man? How's it going, buddy? Oh, we're just hanging out. Anybody got any pictures they want me to look at? Oh. All right. Nazrat, what's going on, man? What's happening? What's happening? Man, we on here selling some books. I got volume 6 going. It's the last one of the night. Got the book, and the book's coming with 2 photographs. Yeah, you get 2 pictures with it. You get a picture of me hoeing around back in my old hoe days, and a picture of Stomper. Good picture of Stomper. And I signed them both. They signed up. You get those in the books. And the Matrix pose. Which one's that, man? Which one's the Matrix pose? Cheap Red Boy Rascal, what's happening, man? What's going on? We auctioned it off for volume 6 of the AGDT series. Volume 6. Volume 6, man. Volume 6 got a $150 bid. 150, 150, 150. Got a $150 bid from Lefty. Lefty in strong, man. Lefty done bought that book. Yeah. Let's see here. Do I still have that picture of David's dog here? Did y'all see David's puppies? Oh, Crockett's pups. There's Crockett and John's pups. There's a couple of them. That's all. I think that's Arrow and Donald. Is that right? I think they said a couple of them pups was hard to handle, man. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, doctor said I was fine. Yeah, let me put that picture up. All righty. Well, Jimmy Lee the man now. He done already cash out me the money. Jimmy Lee the fucking man. Woo woo. Let me see if I can find them pictures. Hang on a second. I wonder where he sent me the pictures at. I can't find the pictures. Oh yeah, man, that interview. I wish I could remember the fucking thing. I had to watch it so I could refresh my memory. And it was almost like a meeting with my shrink, man. You're gonna let her catch a coyote? You think she could have caught one? No, not yet. Not yet. I hadn't brought that up. I've been selling books for almost an hour and a half. Oh, to the other phone. Yeah. Man, I don't have that phone. Hang on a second. Ah, the bat phone. I got the bat phone. Let's see here. Messages. David. Ah, there they are. I'm cool with what we talked about. I can help your family in any way you dig. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, did you hear that sound? That's one of them Pepsis you left behind, man. Them motherfuckers, you done got me drinking Pepsi. Man, that'd be wild. See a bulldog catch a coyote. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, I hadn't said shit, but if any of y'all need any help with growing, I got the source, man. You know, if any of y'all need any help with your growing your weed, I got the source. And I can put you on some help that I mean, just like if you got little problems, big problems, want to get some problems. Hey. How's that Beware doing, man? Hey, Jimmy Lee, you know Nasrat got a brother to Fat Bill, right? He got a full brother to Fat Bill. His name is Beware. Let me see if those pictures loaded up. All righty, it's almost 8 o'clock. We got $150 bid, 151, 51, 51, 51, 50, 151, 50, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150. I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it at 7 o'clock. I mean at 8 o'clock. I mean I'm gonna sell it right at 8 o'clock. So if you want to bid, you better bid because I mean we've been going at this since bid now. 150. 150. 150 going once, twice. 150 going twice. Oh shit, I'm gonna sell it. Sold to Lefty for $150. Sold. All right. Thank you, Lefty. Thank you, Jimmy Lee. Thank you, Paris. Thank you, gentlemen. Did you steal Big John? Oh, you can get them, man. You can get them, Lefty. Hey, you can get them tonight if you want them. There we go. I got it. I got it. Which issue do I think I put the most into, Lefty? I'm answering your question, Lefty. Say issue, probably the second one, like the number 2 book when I first started. You know, when like the very first books. And then the second, and then the last book. You know, like book 6. You know, when all that stuff happened and I was wide open. But really, man, all of them. I mean, it's just like there was so much passion put into all of them. I mean, there's really not one that I could say. um, let's see here. So the doctor today said that I just fine. Man, I'll tell you what, it's crazy when you go to the doctor today, you got to wear a mask. You got to wear a mask while you're in the doctor's office. That damn thing, I couldn't breathe. I hate wearing those fucking things. Lefty won with $150. Lefty won with $150. Hey, Paris, if you want one for the same price, you can get it. Yeah, they make you wear a mask at the doctor's office, man. It was crazy. But anyhow, hey, David, which puppies are these? Tell us which ones are which. Shit. Man, that old girl was I did that sonar thing on my leg today. She's rubbing it all up in my crotch. I was getting a little tingling there in my groin. Thank you, Paris. Oh, Todd, we're going to do the whole set again. I'm going to start out with Volume 1 again next week or later this week. We're going to keep doing it. Oh, that's all 4 of your pups, isn't it? Hopscotch. Oh, man, oh, man. I still have that leather vest. I still have it. Yeah, I still have that vest, man. I sure do. There you go. There you go. No, man, I'm not auctioning my vest off. No, I'll keep my vest. I even got that duster. Yeah, I even got the duster, man. I got the vest. I got the duster. I got all that shit, man. I got the boots. Those white snakeskin boots. I still got them. I can put my hands on them in 2 minutes, man. Ah, I don't think I can fit into it, man. Yeah, I don't think I can fit into it. Yeah, that poster's badass, ain't it? He's supposed to make some more for us so we can all get one. Yeah, you know it, man. I wish. Wish she would stop in. I was thinking about her today, man. I listened to some Neon Moon. Thinking about my old lady. I sure do miss her. She's a good one, man. That was a once in a lifetime chick. Yeah. Man, oh man. Damn, man. Y'all hard on me, man. Hard on the old man. I'm glad they only checked my leg today. They said I had the leg of a 15-year-old. That's what they said. They said you got the leg of a 15-year-old. I said, what, like the size of it? Well, man, oh man. I'm going to have to break out the vest. I'm going to have to get my cowboy gear out. One ever did a breed and three puppies come out with blue eyes. Oh my God, man. Man, oh man. Lord almighty. Oh yeah, doctor likes my legs, man. It was a chick doctor too. It was all chick doctors. Chick did the sonogram, and then a chick examined me afterwards. I liked it. Assless chaps. We ain't talking about no fucking assless chaps. No, no. You're dreaming now, man. Yeah, I'll put the boots on. I'll try to put them on. I don't know if I can get my feet in there, man. My feet are a little different than they were back then. I don't know if I can get my foot in them boots, man. Yeah, I got a foot like a cow now. Oh, gnarly looking feet, man. Chris, what's going on, man? Yeah, just what's the pedigree number, man? All you gotta do is tell us the pedigree number. Bolero! Bolero! Woo! Bolero! Woo! 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 Don't forget them bulldogs now, David. You gotta work with them. You gotta work with them now. Let me uh let me show you one of them here working. Hang on 1 minute. I'm gonna. You can hear crickets. You hear crickets? Well, hang on a second. I got something you can listen to. I'm trying to come up with some stuff. It's hard, man. I mean, sit there and keep coming up with noise and production and pictures and shit to look at, and man, it's a motherfucker. I mean, let's get Naz in here and give us some lessons on growing, like how to start the shit. Do you start it by seed? Do you start it by clone? Give us some lessons. Need lessons, man. Need some lessons. Let's have some online lessons. You teach us right here. So I can get this to work. No. Yeah, man. Y'all got any questions for him? Make sure I got the right address. Everything coming up right. Got the same shit. Blue screen. Address. I'm trying to get you this. Yo, man. Yo. Yeah. Sure, let me get the speaker. Hang on a second. I don't even know where that music's coming from. I'm trying to pull this video up with this dog working the spring pole. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to put this on Bluetooth. Oh, shit. This phone's about to die. Hey, can you call me on the other phone? Huh? I'll call you. All right.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Now I got you in Wi-Fi.
All right.
All right. Everybody can hear you, and we're all hooked up here.
So Rack City was asking about LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
And the real truth about LEDs right now is there's really not a company out there that is producing one that is even a quarter equivalent to what 30-year-old technology HPSs do. A lot of people don't realize that NASA was switching out all their fluorescents on their space station stuff for LEDs to grow for their food. And NASA couldn't get the production to work. NASA's got all the money in the world. And if they couldn't get it to work, some little podunk fucker in his garage putting a fancy sticker on a LED light sure the hell isn't going to.
Hell yeah.
Is that going through clear?
That's pretty clear, man.
All right. So, unfortunately, the thing with LEDs is if you go on eBay, you can see a lot of used ones for sale that they've just been used once. They're a pretty night light, and this is coming from somebody that's got 20 grand in LEDs. You know, with owning a hydro shop, I have to experiment with all this shit so I can give people an honest answer of what the product actually does instead of just telling somebody that, yeah, I've ran this or yeah, I've ran that. You know, proof's in the pudding.
Oh, yeah.
So I've ran all your major brands and Fluence. Actually, let me walk in here real quick and grab this other brand that I got. Give me 1 second. Now, I've had one LED company so far that I've bought that has actually surprised me. Give me 1 second. I'm in the room. I'm waiting for the lights to fire up.
Oh, what's the pedigree number, Real God? I'm sorry. All you got to do is just give me the last digits off the back of the pedigree, the numbers off the back.
So there's a company that's called Illumitech. And they've got a panel that's supposed to be 1,000-watt replacement. And to be honest, it doesn't do too bad. It'll give you about 3/4 of a P per 4x4 square with it. Now, there's a lot of benefits of running it because it doesn't generate any heat, so you run a lot less air conditioning, you run a lot less dehumidification, and you run a lot less fertilizer because the plants can't be ran as hard. The way to make LEDs work is called checkerboarding. I don't know if these guys are familiar with that. And what you do is you run an HBS, an LED, an HBS, an LED, an HBS, an LED type of setup. Now, by doing that, I've had great success with what I've been turning out. The LEDs do up the game on the quality and the density of the product, but by themselves, they can't stand alone. So that one Illumitech LED that I'm talking about, that thing is like $2,000 for one panel. So that $2,000 for one panel will buy you 4 Gavitas, and those 4 Gavitas will stomp a mud hole in that LED's ass all day long. So I don't know if that answered his question, but that's the truth behind it. And I'll shoot you a pic right now, Bill, if you want to put it up.
Okay.
So he can see that I'm not blowing smoke.
You sending it on this phone?
No, I'm going to send it to the other phone.
All right. That sounds good. Well, looking at that pedigree now, what pedigree are we looking at right there? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Ben. A guy at Rack City said run both at the same time, LED and HPVs.
Yes, you every other see back in the day, people would run HBS and metal halide, and that will give you a full spectrum of light. You know, most people that are growing quality aren't really growing with HBSs. They're growing with highlights or ceramic metal highlights. And the reason being is because your ultraviolet light is what causes the plant to produce resin. So when we go outside, ultraviolet light sunburns us. And it does the same thing to the plant. And what the plant does is produce oil to refract the ultraviolet light to keep itself from being burnt up. That makes sense?
Makes sense to
Is that
me.
coming through clear, Bill?
Oh yeah, makes sense to me.
Okay. So that's the here's I just sent you 4 pics, all with LEDs and I'll send you some with some checkerboarding here in a second once you get these posted.
I'm gonna get a charger for this phone because it's getting ready to die.
Did that kind of answer your question, Rack City? Not trying to crap you out. Unfortunately, this industry is kind of like the fishing industry. There's a lot of lures that are designed to catch the fishermen and not the fish. And this growing industry is the same way.
Oh, there you go. Oh, they got it down. Oh, there it goes. Woo! Lord Almighty. All righty, they're on the way to the computer. Just I have to email them to myself. I'll move on over there here in a second. I should be there by now. Let's see here.
Rack City, and how big of it? I could really help you out as far as parameters on environment, temperature, humidity, stuff like that will help you get as much as you can out of your LEDs.
Rowdy Rooster, what's going on, man? Y'all got any more questions about growing, processing? Um, any questions about any of it? Anything you can think of about it? Let's see here. Rowdy. Let's trying to get these pictures uploaded here. Do. Here we go. Got them. I got a question. What's
Yes,
the
sir.
best? What's the best way to start? With a seed or with a clone?
Clone.
Like when
It's always best to start with clone.
clones?
It's kind of like it's kind of like the dogs, Bill. When you're no one's gonna sell their best seed stock. You're dealing with something that's proven.
There you go. So you're basically getting the seed stock when you get the clone.
No, because the object's not to get any seed.
Yeah.
I mean, I could tell you how to make feminized seeds and shit like that. Feminized seeds became a real big hit 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But the problem with feminized seeds is you're taking a female plant and you're hitting her with collateral silver and you're causing her to fucking turn into a hermaphrodite. So you're basically starting off with offsprings that are all hermaphrodite genetics in them now. So any kind of stress as far as environment, light leak or just any little thing could cause that hermaphrodite to surface super fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's kind of like your dogs.
Yeah.
It's a lot like dogs, the breeding anyway.
Well, okay.
Now for outside, if I was gonna do something, seed is always gonna produce more than a clone. And the reason being is because with the seeds you're gonna have a taproot. And that's gonna make the difference of getting 3 pounds of plant to getting 5 to 7.
Yeah.
The difference is the 3 pounds you're guaranteed on the quality to where you might end up with 7 pounds of just shit.
Yeah. There you go. Look at the screen. It should come up here in a second. There's a little delay. Trying to download the rest of these pictures. This computer's wanting to fight with me.
Now that blue light right there is for vegging. There's 96 plants in 3. Did I lose you?
No.
Okay, so there's 96 plants there in 6-inch net pots. You take those net pots because of all those holes on the side and you fill them with dirt. And what'll happen is when those roots grow out, those roots will grow to the end of that container and that tip will hit that oxygen and it'll dry out and stop growing. So then it'll start another layer of roots. What a lot of people do is they like to veg in red and white party cups. The problem with vegging in red and white party cups as soon as your roots hit the side of that cup, they turn and they go down. As soon as they turn and go down, they trigger the hormones in the plant to tell it that its drip line can't get any wider. Now it has to get tall. So that gives you really far internodal spacing, gives you lanky plants. So by sticking with a pot to where when they grow out to the side and the tips dry out and the next layer starts, you're stacking your nodes. So you're starting off with a little shrub that's got, 27 branches on it versus something that's got 4.
Mm.
Hopefully this is coming through clear.
Oh, yeah. I can hear you clear on my, I've got it on my
So when you take those plants out of those net cups, the sides of that up. See, light is really tricky. For every foot away that you take that light, you forfeit half of its power. So the trick is to grow the plant short and wide, not tall and lanky. Tall and lanky don't support shit. What a lot of people do is you'll see them, they'll grow a 4-foot plant and they'll cut the bottom 2 foot of it off because it just gets real wispy and don't produce. That just tells you that you grew the plant 2 foot too tall. You wasted energy. Instead of stripping that bottom 2 feet, what these guys need to do is start taking that plant and opening it up. Nobody opens them up. They got to realize that you want to grow it from the inside out. You don't want to grow it from the outside in. Is that coming through, bud?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, loud and clear, man. The comments,
Yeah,
seminar, never knew that.
There's a lot of, myself, I do strictly production. So I'm planting in beds, and I'm planting every 8 inches. So I'm maximizing my footprint. So like in a 4x4 example, I'll get, 6 rows of 6. And what'll happen is I'll veg those things, depending on strain, anywhere from 2 days to 11 days max. And then I'm flipping them. But I'm start to finish in 10 to 11 weeks max. But I'm pulling anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 per 4x4 bed. So if you can average an ounce a plant on 36 plants, you can do the math.
Hang on 1 second. Now they're saying they lost us. I'm trying to pull these other. Oh.
The biggest advice that I could really give these guys
Mm-hmm.
is, they need to buy a light meter and an infrared temp gun, because 90% of the rooms that I get flown all over to fix, they're really concerned about what the temperature of their room is. And it's not about what the temperature of your room is. It's about what temperature your plants are running. if your room's 76 degrees, but yet your plant's running 85 because they're sitting there cooking underneath the stationary heater, you're not doing yourself any justice. You know, and 80% of the rooms that I'm in are so light saturated that they basically are clipping the photosynthesis of the plant to where the plant's just basically sitting there trying to stay alive.
Nice. Nice. I can get some more of these pictures to load up, man. I'll be doing something.
And Brad from G81, he is correct. No light can ever beat sunlight. But I tell people this all the time. If you're going to plant outside, go and get yourself some 50% shade cloth and cover your plants with them. And every time I tell somebody that, they're like, man, I'm going to do that and it's not going to produce. A plant can handle. So if they put a piece of shade cloth over it, like I'm saying, not also will they increase their yield, they're going to increase the quality and the potency of their products because the plant is not going to be sitting there trying to stay alive all day. It's going to be producing. And that's the name of the game. You know, plant is basically a big pump. Pump water in, pump water out. Pump water in, pump water out. That's pushed out. That's how you start burning shit up. And you're dead in the water.
Man, I can't even get into my fucking email package.
What's up?
I said I can't even get into my fucking email package. His camera going right now, you'd be getting a good laugh. So it's like my Firefox is crashing with my Chrome.
Yeah. So like the blue picture you got posted right there.
Yeah.
You know what makes it nice about using an LED on that is I'm just using a window box style setup for the air intake and a little 4-inch exhaust out. So it doesn't cost me shit to veg those plants. You know, and what a lot of people don't know, you know, if you got a lot of people out there using HPSs and shit, it's the vegging on the 18 hours that are killing them. But you really don't need to veg 18 hours. You know, you can actually veg for, you know, 13, 14 hours. And then instead of having a dark period for 5 or 6, have the light come on for like an hour in between that 5-hour break. And that'll be enough to keep them from flowering, from switching. And they don't have to burn all that energy on 18 hours. Did that make sense?
Yeah. I'm still trying to get to these pictures, man. You wouldn't believe it.
But container dynamics are huge. You know, that's a huge increase in someone's game. And you know, just having a light meter and knowing where your photosynthesis cutoff is at. So what I would do is measure from the light down, and then I would tie a piece of fishing string, and then like a little washer or something at the end of it, and to keep that washer right on the top part of that canopy. or I took those infrared lasers that you use on garage doors. You know, when you go to shut it and something's in the way and the garage goes back up.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
So
about.
what I did is I took those, and then I took a winch, like what would go on an ATV, and I hooked my light rack to that. So when the plants grow up and they break that barrier of those lights, my winch comes on for a couple of seconds and lifts the light up to compensate for it. That way I never show up to a burnt garden.
Mm.
You follow me?
Yep. That's pretty cool, man.
You know, you don't want it to be based off of one plant that lifts your whole lights up, obviously. But you should be controlling the height of your room by manipulation and breaking them down or super cropping or however you want to do it.
Mm. Let's see here. Buds and bulldogs don't get any better. Makes sense.
Or just in general.
12 hours a day. 12 a night. Do you use nematodes? You use nematodes?
What's the question?
Do you use nematodes?
I'm not real big on predator mites. You know, I've been doing this for over 25 years, and I've only had bugs once. And the time that I got them, my best friend brought them in. He gave a plant to my wife, and she put it in the garden without looking at it because we just trusted him, and he gave them to me.
Mm.
But I'm not real big on bringing a pest into a room if the room's got pests. The object is not to get them.
Mm-mm-mm. No. So what are the different ways that people get bugs, man?
They bring them in. Like, for example, going out and taking care of the dogs, doing yard work, and then going into your room. You shouldn't go if you're trying to stay hygienically dispensary. I had to get green certified. To be green certified, that's all organic and shit like that. So, you know, you really gotta to run a tight ship.
Mm. What'd they do to you in California to green certify you, man? Did they have to check all your cavities and shit?
Yeah, they basically see how many fingers they can get in you.
Yeah. They get the whole fist up your ass?
No, well, you can't use any form of synthetic fertilizers, pesticides. Everything's got to be done organically.
Oh.
And to be green certified anyway.
Yeah.
And then they come out, they look at the room, they look at how things are being operated, and then they give you the certificate.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
What kind of bugs are you talking about, Popcorn? Are you talking about thrips? You talking about spider mites? You talking about?
You got hit with some kind of fucking, what was it, a beetle or something that got you this year? How would you get rid of bugs organically without predator bugs?
Organically, you could use Azamax, Azatrol. Those are both considered green certification. Now, it's not gonna kill them, but it will kill their reproductive system and not allow them to keep producing. You know, you're always gonna have some sort of a little bug in an organically grown garden. you got a room full of decomposing shit. So, yeah, popcorn. I knew that the caterpillars, those some bitches will eat you up, man.
Yeah, that's what it was. Caterpillars. I knew it was some kind of weird bug. It wasn't like a little bug. It was like a beetle or a caterpillar.
You know what's really good? What popcorn needs to do is when you're driving out in California in some of these areas, you'll go by a big almond orchard or you'll go by a big citrus orchard. And they've got this white netting that goes over these plants that looks like a big ass hairnet. And it's for if it's going to rain real hard or it's going to hail to keep from knocking the blooms off. Well, that netting also keeps the moths off, which are laying the worms that are those caterpillars that popcorn's having an issue with.
That's fucked up. I had locusts real bad too. He had locusts too.
Yeah, locusts. Well, he's in Arizona. I mean, he's at the mercy of
Oklahoma.
500-degree temperatures. He didn't pick the easiest place to do this. His best bet would to invest a little money and build a greenhouse.
There you go.
It doesn't have to be super fancy. He can make a hoop house, or he could just do a bunch of beds, like 4x4 beds that are 4 foot by 4 foot that are 18 inches deep. And then he could just basically run post up on the corners and actually screen that whole thing off.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Hell yeah.
If I was growing where popcorn's growing, what is it, Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, yeah.
I thought he was in Arizona.
Mm-mm.
Popcorn, you're going to need to, Oklahoma, they're, you know, with all their new mandates and stuff as of a couple of years ago and legalizing hemp, and Arkansas is right next to you doing the same thing. I was down there a year and a half to 2 years ago trying to get some stuff set up, and unfortunately, in that type of environment, you're going to be forced using a pesticide. Just make sure that the pesticide that you're using is systemic. And I would spray all my stuff that, you know, I don't know if you're vegging indoors before you're planting them outdoors, but however you're doing it, you know, I would treat them with a heavy pesticide before they went outside, and then I would treat them with a heavy pesticide like a week or so into flowering or before flowering, 4 to 7 weeks. So long water, you can have a clear conscience in knowing that at the end of your flowering cycle that you're not going to have any residual pesticides. Yeah, you can test for contaminants. I get tested all the time. I got a buddy that sprays orchards for a living that 1 ounce of stuff will do an acre. And you're only going to fail your contaminant test is if you, i.e., locked out, you know, shit like that. recommend a greenhouse for everything. You can't go outside and work in the sun without some form of a hat or sunscreen. So you can't really ask that plant to do the same. It will grow. It will grow out there in the sun, but it isn't going to grow to its potential. And a greenhouse is going to give you a little bit of control. And that little bit of control that you have is going to up your quality. And it's about quality, not quantity. Jimmy, it's never going to be legal, but you got mushrooms and MDMA that are going to be legal by probably May or June of this coming fourth or fifth study on them that are going to pass the FDA to ever have the test. They're never going to want it to be 100% legal, but it ain't. Kelly, a couple companies that I'm involved with that set up some serious operations for CBD. But if you look into it, you'll notice that most of your CBD benefits, that just by having a little bit of THC in with it, it really changes the medical properties of the CBD for the better. You don't have to have it to where it's just got you comatose and laid out, but just the fact of it's a little bit in there is truly beneficial.
Come on, picture. For some reason, I can't get that second picture to load. This is the second time I tried it. Motherfucker will not load.
Yeah, Jimmy, you can buy out here in California. You can buy Oklahoma. There's a lot of places that you can buy, but is it really considered buying? It's not considered a donation or, some kind of other wording that they got to use to try to keep it above board. I mean, just the bullshit that you got to go through with attorneys and retainers and all that stuff just to be able to keep operating is ridiculous. From Potter Valley? Where's Potter Valley at, bud?
I don't know. Potter Valley? Never heard of it. Ooh, but I got one of these pictures. I got the purple. Big old purple. Man, doing this production stuff when everything's running slow.
You're going to put stuff outdoors. Depending, I need a little bit more info based on what kind of area and what kind of space you have to work with. I mean, can we grow stuff that are as big as Vulcan tents because we have nosy neighbors? So give me a little bit more input, bud, and I'll let you know. I know a lot of peeps up in Mendocino, Popcorn. I I don't owning a co-op and dispensary. I get people from all over the place that are always trying to sell me stuff. So I get to shake a lot of hands.
Let's see where it's at. Let's see what we got here.
You know, if I was going to say that one person out there right now, other than the Jungle Boys that are fucking really doing it, would be Mike Tyson's Ranch. He's got, you know, me and a partner have at least done 3 or 4 of his lab setups, and they're cutting no corners. That are doing really good as far as the production aspect goes, as far as the flowering part, and got a lot of that shit dialed in.
Hey, I got another picture up. Dropping the whole program again. Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I'm talking like he's got like fucking 50-gallon rotovates. You know, like 4 or 5 of them fuckers sitting next to each other. They're doing big things.
Damn.
DMT or DNT? Yeah, I've heard of Devil's Harvest. Jimmy, if you're just gonna veg stuff in your basement and you're trying to keep it simple, you know, T5s are hard to beat. Now, if money isn't an object, then I run, you know, like a ceramic metal highlight, or you can run the LEPs from Gavita. Yeah, Tyson's Ranch, they're doing more than killing it, man.
Let's see. I got one more.
And the reason why I recommend that Jimmy, is because the fluorescent action fan and keep the cost of operation down. You know, and really manipulate, keep your, you know, you could, you know, obviously run metal hide. Is, you know, all these lights can make all the claims that they want. basically these plants are solar charge it the most. So, has the lowest electrons per volt of any other light out there. And they generate a shit ton of heat. But, people are so used to that technology, to keep putting fancier artwork on it and redistributing it back to the herd or to the masses.
You ever heard of Weedzilla?
What did you say?
Somebody asked if you heard of Weedzilla.
Yeah, it's there's new names of shit that's constantly coming out weekly, and it's all over the place. I stick with OG sour diesel. You're never gonna find somebody that says, "Man, I got fucking 10 or 12 pound fan OG shit like that." But my market's wide. VPD levels. I run my VPDs, man. Depend on your room popcorn. Like I'm running 4 Gavitas in a 10 by 10 room, and the VPD in that room is going to be different than one that's in a 12 by 12 per se. So to have on a higher humidity than what a lot of people all the time, but that 40%, you get a lot of salt buildup in your plants. By running your humidity in a little bit higher levels and paying attention to your light levels so you're not oversaturating them, that's when your VPD really comes into play. But all that vapor pressure, that's really keen that you're picking up on that popcorn, because that's huge, bud. That's huge. Both. I've ran Chem 4 and Chem D. I like everything that's fuely, man. There's nothing worse than getting something from somebody. They tell you, man, this stuff is the shit. And then after about 3 weeks of it flowering in the room, you're like, yeah, you're right, it's shit. If there's one thing that I can tell all these guys is don't fucking strain jump. I don't give a shit how fancy the word is, how nice it sounds, how cool it sounds, what the latest and greatest is. Man, pick something and master it. It's about being consistent, having a consistent product, so the people that you deal with can count on a product that is consistent like clockwork. And once you do that and you get that strain dialed in, then move to your next one. But to have a room that's a fucking Heinz 57, man, you're not going to get nowhere with that, man. You're just going to have a little of this, a little of that, a little of this, a little of that. Popcorn, I'm not going to name drop on anything, but yeah, to stay successful and basically open and have a good reputation is is keeping the people that you meet kind of to yourself, you know. I'm not trying to be a dick, but yeah, Ship on Corn, if Bill puts this thing together next year and all of us all meet up, we'll get to meet up in person, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Luau.
I actually got brought into this industry and taught how to do this by the guy that brought the first. Did I lose you? Yeah, he was the one that really brought the first kind bud into California and Oregon. I mean, we're talking about rooms that were full of fluorescents back in the day, to where the roofs were on pulleys that you could raise the roofs up and down.
Damn.
You know, them are trying to figure it out. You know, these HBS bulbs and stuff that they're talking about, Bill, these are just basic street lights, you know?
Mm-hmm.
See, the problem is everybody gets caught up on the latest and greatest on these digital ballasts. The problem is there's only one bulb on the market that can handle a digital ballast frequency. You know, when you plug that ballast into the wall, you got 60 hertz coming in, 60 hertz going out on the regular core and coil ballast. You buy one of these digital ballasts, you can have 60 hertz in and 20,000 hertz out. Now, it's a lot higher, cleaner frequency, but none of these bulbs are designed for that. So what happens is you basically get a lot of distortion, and you get a lot of heat, and you don't get a true color burn out of your bulb. And it's not something that the human eye is going to see. You know, it's just depending on how far you're trying to raise that bar or you're trying to push that envelope.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've blown so much money in this shit, it's not even funny. But I wanted to, you know, figure it out. And like I said, you can't own a shop and sell things and not be able to answer questions.
Let's see here, Jimmy Lee. So T5 and fluorescent from any brand is okay then? Advice.
Ben Brockton, you said OG Kush is from Florida?
OG Kush is from Florida. All you California guys.
I happen to know one of the guys that
Florida
produced some of the OGs, and they're only like 45 minutes from me. That's crazy. Jimmy, on your T5s, on the fluorescence, it really doesn't matter on the brand. Just make sure that you get the 6500 Kevlar color. And that's going to give you your blues, which are going to be your veg colors, and that's going to be beneficial to you. And if you wanted to up the game just a little bit, they sell little HID lights like you put on your patio or your porch that when somebody moves, it sensors and it comes on. They come in 150 watts. Buy one of those and strip the ballast out of it and just vertical hang that bulb that's 150 watts. Put it in the middle and surround your plants around it with your T5s on top. And just that little 150 watts of HID lighting, it's not going to up your power bill all that much. It's not going to cost you a lot to purchase the light. Bulbs are cheap, but it'll really, really up your percentages on the structures of your plants, you know, and what you're able to produce. It'll just help, bud.
So actually put the light down in the plants.
Yeah, so you're just basically hanging it upside down,
Yep.
and you're just surrounding your plants around it because the light. See, there's a lot of theories when it comes to light. When you have a light and you've got it inside of a hood, when that light comes out of that bulb hood and that hood refracts it back out, well, once it makes that hit on that hood and starts coming back the other direction, it has now changed the phase of that light. So, it's really a big debate is, are they really getting anything from it? Now, they are going to get heat and intensity, and with heat, you comes transpiration. The name of the game is getting them to transpire. And like what Popcorn hit on is VPDs. That's really huge. That's one of probably the most critical thing that you could really focus on. And what'll happen is a lot of people will, get a phosphorus deficiency or a magnesium or a calcium or a deficiency will surface. And the first thing they'll do is they'll start feeding that deficiency. And instead of feeding that deficiency, what they ought to do is check out what their light intensity is, take their temp gun and check what temperature their plant's running. Make sure that it's not an environmental issue first that's causing that to be locked out. Because everything that you could have been feeding could have been fine the whole time. They just couldn't uptake it. And now what they've done is they've doubled down on it. So when they finally get it to straighten out, now they've got a toxicity. So now they go the other way. So when you're dead a week one way in the plant, and then you're dead a week the other way in the plant, that's equivalent to a woman having a baby like 2 months early. You've only got 8 to 10 weeks to get it dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the game, when I put my clones in the ground, and I've got my first set of leaves that have been cut in half to root them, when I finish that plant, those leaves are still on it. When you do that, then you've got that strain figured out.
Yeah,
The object is no stress, no strain.
Well, it sure don't sound very easy.
It is. Well, once you realize that most of the shit out there is just fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like fertilizer. It's all fucking salt water.
Yeah.
You can put it in any fancy package, all the fancy artwork you want, but bottom line is it's salt water.
Yeah.
I've been surprised that we haven't got one question on food yet.
Well, I ain't never heard about no good weed coming out of Florida. The only thing I ever heard.
Florida's not bad. This guy that's talking about Nirvana seeds and all that stuff. Man, we were smoking San Fernando Valley OG and the original OG plant down here long before that shit was up. So he's got a little. He may have something on the Bubba. Bubba was real popular down in Frisco. I was running it like $3.99.
I remember what that one weed was we were getting out of Florida, out of Gainesville. We were getting something out of Gainesville back in the 80s.
Man, let's face it. The best weed comes out of California, and that just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can argue that all you want. but it's just the fucking hard facts, man.
Well, just the volume wise, you know.
It's not even the volume. This is the agricultural, area, and a lot of outlaws out here. Canada's been producing some fine shit for a long time, but we've been taking fucking some of our stuff, alcohol washing it, packaging it up, and selling it to Canada for years.
Damn. What's that mean?
Now, Ghost OG from Oregon Kids, Popcorn. Ghost OG's fire. I love how that stuff tastes. But if you got friends down in Oregon, who you need to look up in Oregon is a guy that goes by the name of Billy Bud. And he's probably one of the finest, if not the finest, growers in Oregon. No, I'm familiar with Nirvana Ben. Yeah, I haven't fucked with Rascal in a long time. Cookies right now here is always on the market. Gelato, Juice Gold. And see, Garland Catfish. I fucking hated that shit. I got talked into planting a room of that. I fucking plucked it out 3 weeks in.
What was wrong with it?
Just compared to everything else that had been in that room, it just didn't fucking hold up. My opinion, it was just a mid grade.
Yeah.
Katsu Bluebird, that's good. See, popcorn likes all these fancy strains. Still on Canna Cabana, huh?
What about that Pineapple Express?
Well, that was popular because of the movie.
Yeah, but what about the real thing?
Here's the deal: is you're gonna get something like, let's just talk like what Popcorn Sutton brought up, that Katsu Bluebird.
Yeah.
So that Katsu Bluebird is gonna be a pheno that somebody has, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna take and he's gonna pollinate that and produce seed.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is he's not going to pollinate that with his best male and backcross it or inbreed it like you would, per se, to get great dogs.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to take the chance of putting a seed out that's better than what he has, because then he fucking kills his market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I understand.
And most of these seed companies are just people in their garage with dreadlocks. And when I say dreadlocks, that goes for all colors. Producing seeds, putting them in packages and sending them out. We could say whatever they want. I can remember when General Hydroponics was mixing their nutrients in trash cans in their garage.
Hell yeah. Well, a lot of companies start out like that.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Yeah.
You can tell who's going to make it, who's not, who falls by the wayside. Problem is, you've got a lot of money in the game right now. You got a lot of money from investors and backers that are, don't know what they're doing, but they just know that they want to do it.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Back City just called it.
what's that?
No one sells good seeds. Just like no one sells their best dog. Only way you're gonna get your hands on something like that is to put on a fucking ski mask and go take it.
Mm. Oh, well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. I might have some
So
content.
popcorn, you're feeding Canna on your outside production, huh?
He asked, "What was that? You're doing what?" What was
No, he said that he's sticking with Canna Cabana. Is that what is he feeding Canna Newts?
What are you feeding popcorn, son?
Fertilize what brand?
Just what brand? Oh man. Next up is the shrink.
And he's feeding that on his outdoor grows?
No Canna Cabana. The club. How about a seed and a bag of weed? Is that good to plant?
A what?
If you see a seed that's in a bag of weed.
Well, once again, you've got a plant that either hermaphrodite that caused that seed, or that plant got so stressed that it hermaphrodite and produced that seed. Now, I'm not saying that seed isn't going to produce a high quality product. The problem is you've got a hermaphrodite that's laying in the weeds just waiting to surface.
So you could breed, you could grow that stuff and end up with a bunch of seeds.
You could, or you could grow it and end up with none, and then you think that you got it all figured out. You finally decide to do your whole setup with it, and that's the time that it decides to show itself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Little Pucky's sitting in that little purple chair behind me, man.
What's that?
That little purple chair, the little extra chair in the room here, Pucky's sitting in it right behind me. So when I lean back, he's like on my shoulder. Pucky. Oh. All right. Let's see. Does anybody know about living soil?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What is living soil?
That is the only way to go if you're using any form of organics.
Yeah.
I actually have 65-gallon brewers which are vortex brewers, and you breed teas, and your teas are basically your food source. It's not that the tea itself is a food source. It's just got a ton of beneficial bacteria and fungi that you're putting into your soil that is causing that organic soil in your amendments to be used. The problem with organics is organics are the size of a molecule, and plants can't uptake molecules. Plants can only uptake ions. So what happens is that organic mix that you're using has to be eaten by these fungi and bacteria and then shit out, so then the plant can uptake it. But it's huge. It's huge. But your teas are real easy to make. If you're gonna brew a soft tissue tea, or you're gonna brew a woody one. One is just higher in one fungi, and one is just higher in another. But depending on your times.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. You got to shit it out just so the plant can take it up. I like that.
Yeah, that's with organics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that's how that worked. Be broken down into an ion by the organics shitting it out so the plant could eat it.
Yeah, I'll send you a book. It's a really good read, and it really breaks it down and puts stuff into play for people that are going to grow organically, and it's a game changer. And the crazy thing is, it's an old book and it's been out for a long time. It's just very few people read it.
Yeah. Sounds like a winner to me, man. Oh, Lord. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah, tell Popcorn. Popcorn's he's still on this VPD thing. So let me. I'm going through my shit right now because I've got multiple rooms that I got running, so I can give him an answer.
He's talking about feeding organisms molasses.
What's that?
Feeding, putting molasses in the plant.
Yeah, but if you're going to use molasses, you want to use unsulfured molasses.
That's what I like.
And the thing with molasses is that's part of keeping your teas and your beneficial bacteria and fungi levels, because your molasses controls one version of them, and your kelp are what cover the other.
Mm. Man, when I was a kid and we grew pop, we just put a couple seeds in a pot of dirt and put a light on it, and fucking next thing you knew, we were smoking.
Hey, you can still do that, Bill. It's a weed. It's just the problem is when you start to mad scientist it. You've seen that in the dogs. You get some people that overthink it and don't get nowhere. And then you got other people that stay true to it, don't strain jump, and always are consistent.
Well,
You know,
that's what I want to do is develop just one good strain, man, and
Bill, the soil mix that I got that I'm going to have you put together. All you're going to basically have to do, man, is just add water, sit back, and watch.
Nice.
So we're gonna make it as kids as possible.
Excellent, because I'm a fucking idiot, man. I cannot grow shit. You notice there wasn't a single house plant in the house, right?
Yeah. Well, that's it. She's not like a house plant though.
Yeah.
You know, she is, but you know, you end up spending so much more time with her than you do a house plant. You know, think about it. Name one other variety plant, tree, or anything that has touched more hands than this plant.
Yeah.
It's really crazy to think about.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just, it's been amazing based on what it is, you know, and you've only got indica and sativa. You've only got 2 strains, but yet you've got 500,000 different names of strains that people are growing, you know? It's a thing.
Yeah. All the versions within, all the variations, and all the variations.
Yeah, a lot of it is variation. But a lot of the variation is, you know, based on what you got to work with. So,
well, 500,000 strains in this strain. Man, I ain't tapping out. Shit. I'm just stoned. I don't smoke.
so on Popcorn's on his question, you know, when I got the room full rocking with CO2 and everything else, I'm running on average right around a, you know, but I'm basing this off plant temperature, not room temperature, just so he understands. I'm trying to get anywhere from a 77 to a 79 leaf temp. Now, obviously, the temperature of the room, I'm staying within that. You know, no higher than 81 and no lower than 73. And I run my humidity between 60 and 65% at all times. And when my lights are off, versus when my room shuts down and the lights shut off, there is no swing. It doesn't go from, you know, 80 degrees down to 70 degrees. The humidity doesn't go from 60 to 65% down to 55 or 50%. I have way more control of my variables. It's all about control. You know, when you're trying to push it. So, but a lot of people are always afraid of mold and stuff like that with running a higher humidity level. But, you know, mold and all that shit are airborne spores. And like I said, if you've got a good sanitation and you're starting off with strains that you've been working with and you've quarantined, you know, the only way that you're going to get it is to bring it in. And there's other ways. I mean, you could run, you know, ultraviolet light into your air boxes, depending on how you burp in your rooms for sterilization. There's a lot of things you can do.
What's that mean to burp your room?
You want to burp your room at least once an hour or so for a fresh oxygen exchange, because, you know, depending on how much light you have and how many plants you have in that room, you know, you can have a 4-light setup in a 10 by 10 room, and those plants are actually exchanging the oxygen in that room, you know, a ton of times per minute. And everything is fed off of CO2. So they use carbon dioxide when the lights are on, and they produce it when the lights are off. So, you know, you just want to make sure that when you're getting ready to go into the dark period and your room's getting ready to shut down, that your CO2 should be backed off quite a bit as you're pyramiding down before your lights cancel out. That way you don't go into a room dark with high levels of CO2, because if you do, that's going to fuck with your VPDs too. Because they're going to say, okay, no need to produce it if there's already an abundance of it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I do sunrise and sunset. I was doing this way before it got popular in the last year or two. So I've even gone down to the park, even trying to stimulate, you know, a little bit of starlight and moonlight just to see what I can do. But by doing a sunrise and sunset, I bring my plants up slow and I put them to bed slow. I don't just hammer the fucking lights on and be like, get to work, bitches. And then all of a sudden turn the lights off and be like, go to sleep, bitch. You know, I've been running copper wire and copper nails and soil of my plants for years to ground them out. You know, a lot of these guys are growing in containers and they don't even have the container sitting on the ground. So you've got a plant that's sitting underneath this light for 12 hours being charged. And then when that light shuts off, it's got no way to decharge. You know, when we come home, we get to take our shoes off and plant our feet on the ground. And believe it or not, that does something. That's why you got a lot of people that are called fucking tree huggers. The same thing with a plant, you know. If you ground your plants out, you'll notice that your stalks and everything will almost double in size. And your plants will go to sleep a lot sooner. You know, and with any kind of regimen, as far as weightlifting, conditioning dogs, or any of that shit, you can put in all the work in the world, but if you're not getting the right amount of rest, what are you getting? Overworked.
Yeah.
Now you got stress. When that stress hits, that's the big Batman signal that tells the bugs, tells everything, come and get me. You know? But there's all kinds of different ways to manipulate shit. So it's just on, you know, sticking with something and mastering it is the biggest thing. I'd have been so far ahead if I would have practiced what I'm preaching right now. I can tell you that. Because after you know 25 years of knocking it out, I ended up pretty much running what the first two out of the first 5 strains that I started with is what I pretty much ended with at the end of 25 years after growing all the shit that came down the pipeline, as far as dreams and chem dogs and Urkels and Purple Kush and Granddaddy and fucking Bubba's and you know, snow caps, and you fucking name it. And if I would have just stuck with the originals, you know, I would have been money ahead. There was a lot of times that I had to cut rooms down and short sell it. Not because it just wasn't quite there, but it just wasn't up to the par what I was wanting to put my name on. You know, this industry is a lot like the dogs. A lot of people are full of shit. But then you do have those people that are fucking honest and true, and their handshake and their word means something. You know? And it just comes down to quality, you know, and who wants their buddy to walk up and have something better in their pocket than what you got? You know?
Yeah.
Everything's a competition, unfortunately. But it happens. It happens.
That's true.
Yeah. But all you outdoor growers out there, I'll give you a little hint. And if you're doing 5 plants outside or you're doing 500, if you take my advice on this one nutrient and run it against all this other stuff that you're running, whatever, side by side, at the end of the grow, I guarantee you, if it doesn't beat you, it'll be right there, and it will be for pennies on the dollar from what you're paying. Ask the guys that are out there watching right now, Bill.
Yeah.
All the fertilizers that they go in and buy at these hydro shops and all that. Tell them, ask them which one that they can name that's commercial.
Which ones can they name that's commercial?
Yep.
Shit, I don't know, man.
Advanced Nutrients, Canna, House and Garden, Remo, General Hydroponics, Humboldt Wholesale, or Humboldt, you know, Cutting Edge. Which one's commercial?
Mm-hmm. He says all of them.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
If they were commercial, then how come you never see them when you're driving down the fucking road growing orchards? There's only one fertilizer on the market that's commercial in the hydro industry, and that's Dynagrow. And Dynagrow is 10% nutrients. The closest competitor to Dynagrow is fucking 3%. Dynagrow is $18 a bottle, and it's a 1 bottle, 1 part fertilizer, and you can drive all around and find it in almond fields, orange fields, rose fields, everything. You ain't ever gonna see fucking Canna, General Hydroponics, or none of that shit. And that just is what it is. And to top it off, they're the only ones that have been rated by the DEA. None of these other companies can say that. But if they go and buy a bottle of Dynagrow makes a product called Foliage Pro. I think it's like a 936. It's got everything in it that the plant needs. You know, the problem is it's 4 times stronger than the closest competitor. So most of the people that use it burn their shit up. And then they want to blame it on the fertilizer. instead of on the education of the person using it. But I've made a lot of concentrates, man, and I've made a lot of shit. And I can tell you that once you start doing production and stuff like that, and you start pouring some, decent sized slabs, you can really tell the difference in the fertilizer based on the quality of your product. I can't believe that Fox Farm even sells the fertilizer, to be honest. Other than their big bloom, that's about the only thing through Fox Farm that I would run. Their ocean forest, their soil isn't bad. A lot of people like it, but a true connoisseur that smokes from stuff that's in that, it gives it a bitter taste. Like the Humboldt 707 mix. That's probably out of the bag organic wise, probably the cleanest organic soil you're going to run as far as tit for tat. You can take that stuff and some stuff that's called Bud Swell, that's a liquid guano, and you can grow some fucking tasty, nasty shit, man. Now organic's never going to produce like synthetic's going to produce, because when you're feeding synthetic, when it hits the roots, it's right now. When you're feeding organics, you got to wait for that shit to be processed and broke down. So that's usually where people, stub their toe, is they'll hit something with a synthetic food, and they'll start to have issues. But they just got to realize that what you feed today, you're not going to see till next week. And that's real hard for some people to comprehend. I tell everybody to stick on a real easy program. If you're going to run like black gold or 707 soil or something like that, get on the regimen of doing a feed water, a feed water, or better yet, a feed water. And what a lot of people should try, just for shits and giggles, instead of feeding your nutrients and your additives all in one feeding, feed your nutrients one day, feed your additives the next day, and then do your water. And they'll be amazed at the results they get. It's unfortunately the growing industry, everyone's got their foot on the accelerator, trying to grow it faster. It's not about how fast you grow it. It's about how good you grow it. Because anything other than perfect is fucking whatever. And tell these guys, I'm not trying to be rude or blunt, but it's just if they've been in as many rooms as I've had to go in and straighten out and fix and do all that bullshit, they would understand the me basically short-wording it. I mean, I don't have a problem with answering questions, obviously, but you can have somebody's room set up and set up all their VPDs like Popcorn's talking about. I mean, set it up to where it's money. You know that it's money. It's working in all the other rooms that you're doing. And I shit you not, you'll get a phone call in a week or 2 weeks, or better yet, they'll come into the shop and they'll be like, "Hey, man, do you think you can come by? I got a problem going on." And then you'll go over there and you'll realize that everything that you've had set, everything that you've done for them, they will have adjusted. And they will be like, "Well, did I mention?" To where if they would have told me that before I went over, I'd have just fucking not wasted my time. It's like everybody can't keep your finger out of the cake. You know, it's hard to, and I'm guilty of it too. You know, the guy that taught me how to do it, I consider him one of the best, and I still went against the grain. I still went against the grain, just to be like, oh man, I got to be able to prove this guy wrong a little bit. But I realized that he's got a fucking Nobel Prize, and I don't. So I probably should have just stuck to the plan. Ideally, growing your biggest thought when you're doing it is how big your carbon footprint is, and maximizing your space. You know, what I can pull out of a 10 by 10 spot, most people can't pull out of a fucking 30 by 30. You know, on average, you got people that are still pulling a half pound of light. I mean, I don't even know how what the prices and everything is to take a stay on it. But I mean, when they came out with the book 3 Light and all that shit, you know, that was a game changer for a lot of people. But right there, when you read that book, it'll tell you strain specific. This is what the environments are. This is what the parameters are. Deviate from this, and you're not going to get it. But I mean, when that book came out, we were getting 3 Light 2 to 3 years before that. You know, I got some partners who were knocking out 5 to 7 Light. You know, it's a knowing your strain, man. That's key. I'm not in front of the computer anymore, Bill. Has there been any more questions?
Hitting the eject. Dude, I'm about to get 10 pounds out of this 10 by 10. That's good.
What's that?
Popcorn Sutton says he's about to get 10 pounds out of a 10 by 10.
How much power?
How much power? Sam, when you think about your oil, you can tell the difference from the fertilizer.
Do what?
He says, so when you make a batch of oil, you can tell the difference from the fertilizer.
Oh, fuck yeah. And if he can't, he hasn't made enough. And there's only one. And if you're selling concentrate, and you're not using one specific line of fertilizer, you're fucking missing the boat.
Yeah. Nice, man. I'm digging it.
Because fertilizer, you know, it is, you know, like Schultz fertilizer, or like Orchid Grow or some shit like that you just buy at Home Depot. You know, the quality of salts that you get is basically what your difference is in fertilizers. You know, like if you buy a Peters or you buy something like that, dirty fertilizer gives you a dirty product.
You there?
What's up?
No, saying, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Me and the Pucky are eating candy. Pucky. Me too. This is what
So what's popcorn running for wattage in this 10 by 10?
I have an electrician coming. I've blown my circuit so many times. Ha ha ha. He doesn't even know. He's got an
He
electrician
doesn't
coming.
know?
No, he's got an electrician coming. He keeps blowing all his circuits.
Electrician's only going to tell you how much watt, what's he got for light?
Oh, what kind of lights you got in there? What kind of lights you got in there, Pucky? Just calm down. I done gave you a piece of candy. I have got 4 of the Samsung sink lights. I have to check the specs. Each one is for 6x6. It's got 4 Samsung sink lights. Each one for a 6x6. Those sound like a pretty big light. I mean, if they're made for a 6x6, and you got 4 of them in a 10x10, I'm pumping some light, man. I mean,
well, you can't see my skeptical hippo eyes right now.
I'm just
But
being, I mean, apparently it worked. And he got 10 pounds out of a 10x10.
Well, that's I mean that on a four light setup, Bill. That's really not that complicated. I mean, if he's doing it all with OGs, then I tip my hat off to him.
Hell yeah.
You know, but see what the wattage are on these sink lights. You know, because really the industry standard are double end Gavita bulbs, and the double end Gavita bulbs, they do a 5 foot by 7 foot footprint. I run 4,000 watt Gavitas in a 10 by 10, and I'm only running them at like 600 to 750 watts max on sometimes. And, you know, depending on variety, you know, anytime I'm 10 to 13 P's out of that room religiously. And on top of that, if I start that grow with 35 gallons of water, that same 35 gallons of water is the same 35 gallons of water I'm using on the 12th week that I am on the first week. That's how efficient my rooms are. I end with the same water I started with. So my RO system runs once. Now, that's a little bullshit. My RO system runs a little bit more than once because I'll have to bring in like 4 or 5 gallons throughout the grow.
Yeah.
But that's just because I got to keep a certain level of moisture in my medium. What's he using for a substrate?
I don't know, man. That's like the grow medium, right? North Atlantic Seed Company. Hey, remind me before we end all this. Remind me, I got to talk to you private before. I got to.
You want more dick pics, huh?
No, man. Well, hell, I'll just tell you. No, I better not.
No, yeah, we'll just wait till we get done. So I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you another pic, Bill.
All right.
All right. This room's got 32 plants. There's six 600s, and we're pulling close to 16 Ps out of this room.
Well,
and when these guys look at the pictures, if they're smart, they'll pay attention to the containers, because the containers are what's allowing us to get the weight. And that room that I'm sending is all being done on House and Garden. Not their whole line, just the Aquaflakes base.
yeah.
And then I use different additives.
Yeah.
And it was all Blue Widow.
I hear you, Blue Widow.
And then you're going to get another picture that's got a Fox Farm big bloom bottle.
Yeah.
And it's up next to these colas that are about the size of your leg. And it's inside a 10 by 10. And that's all Sweet Island skunk. And that room fucking crushes it.
Let me try to move these pictures over.
You know, on one of the times, Bill, that we got featured in High Times, I've been featured in it like 4 or 5 times with Nico Escudero. He was the one that came out to the place and did a lot of the shots. I actually built a true aeroponic system. I had about fucking 12 grand into this fucking 4x4 table. And it was all ran off of medical grade air compressors.
Damn.
And the air compressor alone was like 11.5. And it ran based on a siphon aspect. And it ran through these stainless fogger heads off a certain PSI. And I could fill that chamber with a white fog that you could take the glasses off of your face, stick them in that chamber, pull your glasses out, and there wouldn't be one drop of condensation. The roots on the plants would be so bright white and full and fuzzy like angel hair that if you reached over and you touched it with your finger, they would fall like dominoes. And when you're feeding on an aeroponics like that, you're feeding at such a high oxygen level that basically 2 shot glasses of fertilizer will do a full 8-week grow, because you're feeding it at such a high rate. And what I mean by high rate, I don't mean it's a parts per million. I just mean because of the fact that it's so oxygenated and so highly available that 100 parts per million in an aero system is like 1,200 parts per million in dirt, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I had Humble Wholesale, Cutting Edge, House and Garden. I had a few guys come out to the spot just to see it because they were blown away. We had like the only one in California that was legit, that worked.
Oh, I got that.
I got a whole bunch of products like that.
Damn.
I got so many fucking growth systems, different designs, different setups that are just, I've tried it all. My favorite by far, you want to grow some fucking trees, do some recirculating deep water culture, and we can grow some orange trees inside.
Let's see here. Trying to get these pictures down.
Did Popcorn ever hit you back on what he was using for substrate?
I don't know. I'm over here in the email package. Let me look. Hang on. Popcorn. He says I gotta make tips for sex. Maybe I'll do a show on that for you, Bill. Popcorn's talking shit, man.
Uh-huh.
I said, Popcorn's talking shit. He said he's going to do a sex show for you.
He's going to do what?
A sex show.
You're breaking it up a little bit.
A sex show. I got some tips for sex.
You don't scare me.
Let's see here. That's so awesome. One guy said that's so awesome. Kelly Brooks is thanking you, saying that's so awesome. Thank you, man. Yeah, man. Oh, well, yeah. I got some news about that Pretty Boy puppy. I'm going to tell you about it when I get off the phone. When I get off the internet about Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
I named him. I named him Big John.
Big John?
Big John. Yeah, big bad John. Named him Big John.
Well, shit, man. You want to? I'll jump back on tomorrow night or the next day with these guys if you want to call tonight.
All right. Yeah.
I got to take my little Beware for a walk. He's been a pretty good trooper.
Yeah, I'm a little whoop, man. I'm a little whoop. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna sign off here.
I'll give you a holler back on the other phone.
Oh, I talked to you on this one. Hang on a second.
All right. Well, tell everybody in the chat that I said peace, and I'll be more than happy to continue this whenever they want to.